The Holy Father's message for this year's World Communications Day is about fake news and journalism for peace. Do you think we are surrounded by fake news?
Yes, we are.
Yes, it is so widespread. In fact, because of the aid of modern media technology, it's spreading like wildfire.
We are drowning in lies. I prefer to call them lies because that is what they are, lies.
Fake news is intentional misinformation of people towards a certain end that the person who is doing it wants to happen. So a lot of people are being misled and misguided by it.
Do you think we are surrounded by fake news?
It runs counters against journalism ethics.
It runs counter to everything, including what the Church and the Bible teaches us, which is to speak the truth.
I think basically the people who write the fake news are people who are filled with hatred, people who lack attention, people who would like to draw attention to their own problems.
Paninira at pagyurak sa integridad ng isang tao kung saan sinisira din nito ang moralidad ng lipunan.
Do you want fake news to stop?
Yes, of course.
It should stop right now.
Dapat po, suriin natin po ang headline. Ano bang headline ng fake news? Check natin yung gumawa ng balita. Sino ba yon? Ano ba kanyang kredibilidad?
It's very important to be discerning.
You need to read to be able to distinguish between what is true and what's a lie.
Trust, but validate.
You have to be more discerning. When you read something and you see that, like one time I read, the Pope is dead.
So you really have to, encourage people to be alert on, especially if it is exaggerated. Alam mo naman we know that it is an exaggeration.
Sinabi po ni Pope Francis, ang fake news daw po ay mapanganib. Sabi nga, nagdudulot ng pagkakawatak-watak ng mga tao at nagsusulong ng kultura ng kasinungalingan. Kaya dapat po ma-stop. Kasi baka magdudulot siya ng kaguluhan.
Why do we need to search for news that is true, authentic, and trustworthy?
Well, because it affects the life of every Filipino, every person.
Common good. Common good.
News should inspire people to goodness, but that doesn't mean that you should stop reporting on what is evil and bad in the world, because when we know what is bad, then we can make steps to correct this.
Because the news that we read, these are written by people, for people. Well, supposed to be for people.
In certain situations, some people are afraid to speak out the truth because their lives may be in danger. So as journalists, we have the responsibility to speak out for them, to be their voices.
You see what happened in the blunder between the diplomatic row between the Philippines and the Kuwait was brought by careless people. No? So who are the victims now? The OFWs.
I think we need news that is truthful, true, accurate, and precise, realistic, so that we would also know how to help one another.
When people honestly and truthfully discuss matters without antagonism, without violence, then people are able to resolve problems faster and easier. And because of that, there can be unity among people. There can be fellowship, camaraderie.
Would you commit to protect and promote the truth?
Yes.
Would you commit to explore the cause of conflicts rather than cause conflicts to happen?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
Would you commit to provide peaceful alternatives to the truth rather than escalate shouting matches and verbal violence?
Yes, I commit to do that.
What prayer can you give to the world regarding the search for truth in news?
Lord, make us instrument of your peace.
Help us to recognize the evil latent in a communication that does not build communion.
Help us to remove the venom from our judgments.
Help us to speak about others as our brothers and sisters.
You are faithful and trustworthy. May our words be seeds of goodness for the world.
Where there is shouting, let us practice listening.
Where there is confusion, let us inspire harmony.
Where there is ambiguity, let us bring charity.
Where there's exclusion, let us offer solidarity.
Where there is sensationalism, let us raise real questions.
Where there is prejudice, let us awaken trust.
Where there is hostility, let us bring respect.
Where there is falsehood, let us bring truth.
Amen.
Amen.